Did you know that you have invisible costs in your business
No.
and in your life?
Really?
Totally hiding in plain sight. But so another question, have you noticed that the things that are hardest to measure are the easiest things to ignore?
Yeah.
That's a big clue. Big clue. So we're going to dig into that.
Scale?
I'm thinking like the cost of a missed opportunity versus the cost of a fixed price item.
Okay, go with that.
All right. So when something has a fixed price, like a car, okay, we can go look online. We can go to go to a dealership. There's a price tag on it, a written price tag. Yes, there's negotiation, so it's semi-fixed, but it's a fixed price. We know there's going to be a cost. In our business, the cost if we have an employee that we pay a certain number of dollars per hour, then we can easily calculate how much we're spending per day to have that employee present.
True.
Okay, and there's probably going to be some. Well, it's not probably. There are additional costs like taxes, payroll taxes, etc., that go into having an employee. But all of that is easily measurable.
True.
And easily trackable. Right?
True.
So we can know or have a high degree of clarity about what in a day or over a period of time what that costs.
True.
Okay.
True.
There's another aspect to that, and that is the immediacy of the cost. Okay. So I want both the measurability and the immediacy. Okay.
Okay. Which means what?
All right. If I don't pay my water bill, what happens?
Double the price, pretty much.
Well,
next time.
Won't they turn off the water?
They will eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a penalty to pay.
Right. Right. So there's a penalty, and there's a known and relatively immediate penalty. Versus if I am a smoker, and I'm smoking this month, what is how immediate are the consequences of that to my health?
Yeah,
It's pretty easy to ignore because it's pretty hard to measure. I can't say with a high degree of probability that 1 year from today or 1 month from today, if I smoke every day, that X will happen.
Right.
There's a fixed cost. I'm going to spend this many dollars in medical costs or something like that. Right? Can't do it. And so, because it's way out there in the future and it's really hard to measure.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so that's what we want to talk about. So
cool.
Talking about so those are negative consequences, and that's really there's a whole other area to that, right? So what is the consequence, and is it a positive or negative consequence? Is it a pain or a pleasure or a benefit? We as humans in fact, it's been researched, we avoid or move away from something that pains us with twice as much as we move towards something that we want. So we're much more motivated. We're twice as motivated to avoid a negative as we are to go towards a positive.
Well, and that brings up the whole thing of if we have a negative thought, it impacts us 7 times more than what a positive thought does.
Okay.
I mean, that's been measured.
Yeah.
And it's
so. Okay. There's a lot to unpack here, right? So let's keep. So we are talking about something that's hard to measure. All right. So what rather than getting into the negatives of what is this, doing this thing, it's hard to measure, like the smoking or not exercising, right? But okay, let's go with that for a minute. Cost, because I want to get into cost of a missed opportunity.
Okay.
And by missed opportunity, I want to include something that we just didn't do, right? We just chose not to do. So
I went to the gym this morning.
Yes, you did. And so when we don't do something, consciously choose not to do it. For example, procrastinating, just putting it off. I'll do it tomorrow, or we say, well, I'm too busy. Okay, how do we measure the cost?
The long-term cost.
The long-term cost of what we're missing, what we didn't do. It's not easy.
No.
And I'm not here to say there's an easy answer. Oh, this is all just going to go away. No. I'm here to say it's worth trying. It's worth thinking about and really trying to put that into some perspective.
So would having a consistency support, somebody that you check in with on a regular basis, would that help?
This is very linked to consistency, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're going to get into that more in future videos.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I can talk about something very personal to me.
Okay.
Not like that kind of personal, but personal. My experience. Networking, okay? Networking is something that I'm looking at. That was something I avoided.
He did.
I went out. I've been told it was a good thing. You went to networking meetings and networking events, and I didn't.
Correct.
Partly because I was working, but okay,
yeah.
That's an excuse. But I didn't, and it was because of how I thought about myself, that I thought I was an introvert, that I didn't like making small talk, that I didn't think I would be good at it. And then I went to a networking meeting all by myself, and it was, a cocktail hour kind of thing. And I did okay, but I didn't enjoy it.
You had a ball.
That one night?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
guess I came back excited.
Just excited.
That's interesting, but it was really uncomfortable for me.
Oh.
Thank you. That's cool.
Oh.
But it was really uncomfortable, and it was a stretch at the time. It was a stretch, and I didn't repeat it. I didn't go back because I didn't find the value in it. I found the I valued
found all the excuses.
The discomfort higher than the growth opportunity there. So I avoided that discomfort going forward, and so a couple of years later, readdressed the idea of networking.
Okay.
Business networking with you, and now we're going together, and we found a way to do it that was that's very has a social, pretty strong social aspect to it. It's very relationship oriented, which really fits us. So we found a fit,
and not regimented.
And we found a strategy of basically going together, having a wingman, which is awesome. I recommend that, and it's been life-changing.
Yeah. Well, and you went again to another networking not too long ago.
And
by yourself.
No, I went with someone.
With someone, but it was not me.
It wasn't you. Yeah, so. I grew, expanded that strategy in a different direction.
Which is a good thing.
Yes. So what I'm getting back to our theme for this of the, hard to measure.
Okay.
It's very hard to measure, looking backward now.
Oh, yeah.
Very hard to measure the cost of what I haven't done, of not networking has been. But in terms of getting it really, really down to either exact numbers or dollars and cents.
Right.
But I know that it's a big cost.
Yeah.
It's far, far more. Now that I see the benefits of the many benefits that I've gotten from networking, both in increased self-confidence, in relationships that we've begun to build, and in the just the experience, the what I've learned about how to do it and about myself, that I'm really not the introvert I thought I was.
No, he's not.
And so there's so much benefit now that I can sort of take that and extrapolate it back now for several years, or maybe even 30 or 40 years, because there's possibility I could have done more networking earlier in my career.
But so do you use this to beat yourself up?
No, it's just it's how do I value what I'm doing now to continue doing it, and I can weigh that against the the lost. I can look at what is the lost opportunity, what might have happened in terms of additional business and in terms of additional relationships.
True.
That didn't happen because I didn't go and take that opportunity.
Okay, but as long as you're not beating yourself up because of
have in the past, but not that's a habit that again another video and another actually a workshop.
Right.
Stop beating yourself up workshop.
Yeah.
But so the point I want to try to wrap this up with is, even though it's hard for us to measure those things that are either the consequence is vague and seems to be far away in time, like my example of some unhealthy habit, let's call it, because it could be not exercising, it could be smoking, it could be how we eat, many things. Either because of it's something that's cumulative over time, or because it's just really hard to there's some guesswork involved, right? The missed opportunity. So I didn't go to a particular meeting with someone, or they invited me somewhere and I didn't go. Who might I have met there, or what might have happened there that led to something else? Because the big opportunities, they just come out of nowhere, and they're always a surprise.
You always think they're the smallest thing.
Yes, and there's a surprise. And there's been so many times I've found where I didn't feel like going somewhere. I didn't feel like doing something and I did it anyway, and it was a huge reward.
Right.
Huge reward. Something wonderful happened there.
Right.
Thank you for joining us live. And we can never totally rein that in or put a box around that like we can the price of what it's going to cost me to buy a gym membership, or what it's going to cost me to buy a car or a new piece of equipment or hire an employee. But in terms of our business, looking at, for example, turnover, it's very useful to look at not just what it costs to have an employee, but what it costs us in terms of the reduced growth in our business, the slower growth of our business, by not having an employee, right?
Right.
It's easy to say, oh, that's going to cost me this much, but it's important to look at the other side of that.
Right. What's my time worth?
And what can I do with that to grow the business, or to manage the business better, by offloading some of those things that I'm doing myself to an employee, that I can train to do that.
Right.
So this exercise of measuring the hard things, at least trying. I mean, even the thought process of how do I measure this is really valuable.
Right.
And it will lead to revelations that we can't predict, because you're going to be individual. But thanks for watching.
And if you need help with this, that's
part of what we do.
We do. Yeah, exactly.
And we're a really great sounding board for exploring ideas like that, and asking questions that will provoke thoughts rather than just getting stuck in your own head.
Right. Because we all get stuck.
So leave us a comment, reach out to us, visit our website, and we'll see you in another video. Thanks so much.